welcome to the New York Yankees Stratomatic Baseball again for a 1986 season. This is your sports machine on a Sunday afternoon. And for those who are here for the first time or coming in for the first time, I'm here to bring you New York Yankees baseball here, Stratomatic style, for this 1986 season. The Yankees coming at 16 wins and 14 losses. They're 2.5 games out of the American League's Eastern Division. They are 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 5 in a row, so they've been on a pretty good hot streak lately. They're finally starting to hit the ball like the 1986 campaign. They came off a very successful 3-game sweep in Arlington against the Texas Rangers. They'll be taking on the Minnesota Twins here in a 2-game series from the Metrodome here in Minneapolis. The Twins come in at 12-15, 4 games back. Don't fleck them. They've been one of the hotter hitting American League teams this year. At 14-16, they're 4-6 in their last 10. They've actually won their last 3. And at home here in the Metrodome, they're always tough. They've won 9 out of their last 14. So that is kind of a little starting off here. Little on the program today. Let's see if we can take a look at some more statistics if we can. Let's take a look at some of our game notes here before we get started. Our game notes give you an idea of what these teams do. The Yankees are 16-14. They're still in 5th place in the East. They're 9-5 on the road. They're playing pretty well away from the stadium, and they're 11-10 versus right-handers. The Twins are 14-16. They're in 5th place in the West. They're 9-5 at home, and they're 1-4 versus left-handers. On the mound, Dennis Rasmussen. He's making his 6th start. He's 3-1, and he's at 3.55 ERA. For the Twins, Mark Portugal. He's making his first start of the year, a spot start, I guess, 0-1, 5.95 ERA. Of course, this is Stratomatic 1986. We are playing with as-played lineups. We're playing as they were played during the 86 season. Rotations and everything else, I'm just making the managerial decisions and playing as the Yankees. Here in Minnesota, always a good hitting ballpark. One is for left-handed hitters hitting singles are 1-16. Righties are 1-13. Home runs are 1-11, both sides of the plate. Hitting streaks, Tom Brunansky's on a high hitting streak, hitting for 12 games. Gagne for 5, and Butch Wanninger's also at 5. Who's hot? Who's not in baseball? All of a sudden, Dave Winfield and Willie Randolph are now on the hot list after their series in Texas. Winfield hitting .366. He's 15 of his last 41. Willie Randolph coming off a 5-hit game is 12 of his last 34. Gary Gaetti is hitting .310 in his last 10 games. Ken Griffey hitting .414. And Tom Brunansky in his big hitting streak is hitting .323. Who's not? Steve Lombardozzi, Roy Smalley all of a sudden coming down to earth. Mike Pagliarulo still not hitting the ball well, 2 for 24, but he did have a grand slam in his last game. And Ricky Henderson is only 9 of 38 in his last 10 games, so he's kind of slowed down a bit also. Here are your starting lineup for today's game in Minnesota. For the Yankees, Ricky Henderson will lead off in center, followed by Willie Randolph, then Don Mattingly at first. Dave Winfield getting a start in right. Mike Easler's your DH. Ken Griffey in left. Mike Pagliarulo at third. Butch Wanninger behind the plate. And Bobby Meach is your shortstop. Twins defensively, Hatcher, Puckett, and Brunansky. Gaetti, Gagne, Lombardozzi, and Herbeck. And then you got Lauder behind the plate. And on the mound, the right-hander, Mark Portugal. We're ready for some baseball here at the Metrodome. Game 1 of 2. This is the only game that will be broadcasted right here on the Sports Machine. So let's go ahead and get this started. So here we go. So here's Henderson. He's hitting .328, 7 homers, 21 RBIs, 22 walks, 19 strikeouts, has 13 stolen bases. Lauder around the plate sets the target. Portugal with a windup. Here's the pitch to Ricky. That'll be a 3-9, and Henderson leads off with a walk. So let's see if Ricky can go. He'll be a 1-13 if he can get the lead right off the bat. We'll see if he gets it. He can. He'll go for the lead. There's the throw, not in time. So Henderson starts with a walk and steals second. And now here's Willie Randolph coming off a 5-hit game, hitting .273. No homers, 12 runs batted in. Lauder sets the target. Portugal from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Randolph. That's a 2-9 ground ball short. Gagne will make play, and Henderson will have to hold. So runner on second with one out. Here's Don Mattingly, now hitting 389. He had a good series in Texas, 13 doubles, 5 homers, and 28 RBIs. Laudner behind the plate sets the target. Portugal from the stretch. Runner on second, one out. Here's a pitch to Mattingly. 2-5 ground ball to first. Herbeck's got it. Will wave off Portugal. Henderson will move to third, and there's 2 away. Here's Dave Winfield up to 272. You can see his bat is starting to heat up. 8 doubles, 4 homers, 25 RBIs. When he hits with runners in scoring position and 2 out, his average actually goes up to 292. So he does get some hits with runners in scoring position. So he's a big-time player. He does not crumble in the clutch. Laudner sets the target. Portugal from third. Henderson with a good-sized lead off the bag. And Portugal looks and the pitch to Winfield. And that's a 4-8. And that is going to be 9 is on a base hit. It's in the gap. It's over the head. Henderson scores. Winfield will go for 2 and make it in there. So a 2-out double for Dave Winfield. The Yankees lead it 1-0. So a quick start for the Yanks here. Here is Mike Easler hitting 241. No, he's still looking for his first home run and 11 runs batted in. Laudner sets the target. Portugal from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 outs. And the pitch. 4-4 ground ball to third. That is Gaetti. Tough play for Gary. Throws. Got him. That ends the first. 1 run, 1 hit. The walk scores. We played 1/2 inning. 1-0 New York here on WPX, home of the 1986 Stratomatic Yankees. So last the first here, the Minnesota Twins will now send this lineup up. It will be Ron Washington leading off. It will be followed by Kirby Puckett and Kent Herbeck. Followed by Tom Bernansky, Gary Gaetti, Mickey Hatcher, Steve Lombardozzi, Tim Laudner, and Greg Gagne. So here comes the manager, Ron Washington, hitting 200s, only been up 5 times with 1 base hit. On the mound for the Yanks will be Dennis Rasmussen. He's 3-1. In 33 innings, he's given up 32 hits, 10 walks, 16 strikeouts, given up 4 home runs. Yankee outfield, Griffey, Henderson, Winfield, Pagliarulo, Meacham, Randolph, Mattingly with Wadiger behind the plate. Rasmussen looks in. A strong, tall left-hander pitches to Ron Washington. Here's the first pitch. 3-5. Struck him out. Big slider by Dennis Rasmussen in the first out. So now here is Kirby Puckett, strong hitter. He's hitting 308, 9 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Wadiger sets the target. Rasmussen looks in, and here's the pitch to Herbeck. For Puckett, fly ball center field. That's going to be Ricky. Comes in and makes the catch, and there is 2 outs. Fine play there by center fielder Henderson. 2 outs in first, and now belongs to Ken Herbeck. 278, 5 doubles, 6 homers, 14 runs batted in. This Twin team has been very successful most of the season hitting. Their average has started to come down a bit after a good start. Wadiger sets the target. Rasmussen looks in. Lefty-lefty matchup to the big first baseman Herbeck. And the pitch. That will be a line drive. Now, oh, what a play by Randolph. He was positioned just perfectly. Made a nice leaping catch. Possibly saved an extra base hit. Twins go 3 up, 3 down. We played 1 here in Minnesota. It is 1-0 Yanks. So top of the second here, Yanks will send up Griffey, followed by Pagliarulo, and Wadiger will hit against a right-hander, Mark Portugal. This is the first of a 2-game series. And then the Yanks will return home for a homestand against the White Sox and then the AL West Seattle Mariners. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in. Here's the pitch to Griff. Griff rips. 5-10 struck him out. Griffey will walk away. And here's Mike Pagliarulo. He is a Joey Gallo in 1986. .75. Double, triple, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and 80 at-bats. Finally, a grand slam in the Texas series. Kind of took him off the schneid, as they say. Laudner sets in, puts down the sign. Portugal from the windup. Here's the pitch to Pagliarulo. 2-7 struck him out, and that is the second out in strikeouts in the inning. Here's a catcher, Butch Wadiger. Wadiger hitting 200, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. He's only been up 45 times. Ron Hassey starting to see a bulk of the catching right now. Laudner puts down the sign for him. The right-hander Portugal looks in. Here's a pitch to Wadiger, and that's going to be a struck him out, and Portugal strikes the side out. Yankees go up, three down. Bottom of the second coming up. It is 1-0 Yanks. So for the Twins, Tom Brunansky, Gary Gaetti, and Mickey Hatcher. Brunansky hitting 307 in the middle of that long hitting streak. 6 doubles, 7 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Wattinger puts down the sign. Left-handed Rasmussen looks in, and the pitch to Brunansky. 3-8, and that's a single to left field for Brunansky. He keeps the hitting streak alive. So now here's the third baseman, Gary Gaetti. He's hitting 333. You can tell a lot of these Twins are hitting above 300. 6 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Rasmussen, a good move at first. Brunansky is being held by Mattingly. Wattinger puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Gaetti. Gaetti hits a line drive. Base hit, goes through the middle for a base hit. Brunansky had to hold up. He stops at second. Henderson gets it back in, and there's 2 on and nobody out. Here is Mickey Hatcher hitting 280. He has 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs. First and second, Twins here in the second. Wattinger puts down the target. Rasmussen a little bit of danger from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hatcher. 1-8 double play ball. Meacham, Randolph, Mattingly, pitcher's best friend, 643. That is the phone number you call to get a twin killing. 643. Meacham, the Randolph to Mattingly. So Brunansky moves to third with 2 outs. And now here's Steve Lombardozzi only hitting a .138 through 80 at bats. 5 runs batted in. Wattinger puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. Runner on third and 2 outs. The pitch to Lombardozzi. 6-5 is a fly ball in the center. Henderson there makes the catch, and the Twins are done in the second. No runs, 2 hits. They strand 1 after a double play. We play 2. Yankees 1 and the Twins not top of the third here from the Metrodome. So top of the third inning, it will now be Meacham followed by Henderson and Randolph. Meacham's hitting 250, 7 doubles and 6 runs batted in. Meacham batting a switch hitter, will bat from the left against a right-handed pitching Portugal. Laudner sets the target. Portugal from the windup. Here's the pitch to Meacham. And now it'll be a 5-5 ground ball to second. Lombardozzi's got it. Throws to Herbeck, and you got 1 out. Here is Ricky Henderson. Henderson walked his first time up, stole second, and scored the lone Yankee run. Laudner sets in the target for him, puts down the sign. Portugal looks in from the hill. Here's the pitch to Henderson. 6-3 ball left field. That could be trouble for Hatcher. Did he misplay it? No, he came in and made a nice catch. Hatcher, not known for the glove out there, came in and made a nice catch. 2 outs in the third for Randolph. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his last time up. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in, and here's the pitch to Randolph. And that's a 4-7 and draws the walk. So Randolph is on. He can be sneaky with the steals. I believe he gets it on a 7. So if he gets the chance, he'll go. And he doesn't. So he'll stop at first. Mattingly, the batter, grounded out his first time up. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Pitch to Mattingly. And Mattingly hits a line drive, a deep right field. Back goes Brunansky, leaps, makes the catch. Oh, Randolph, I think Mattingly got robbed. Tom Brunansky at the track made a nice adjustment and made a catch in the hefty bag there in right field. And oh, he made a beauty of a catch. Home run 1 through 11 and got the 15. So Mattingly throws the helmet down. Yankees go down 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of third coming up. 1-0 Yanks. So for the Twins, Laudner, Gagne, and Washington will bat for the Twins here in the third against the lanky left-hander, Dennis Rasmussen. Wattinger puts down the sign for him, flashes the numbers. Rasmussen nods. The big left-hander, and here's the pitch from Laudner. 6-4, line drive, a base hit just past Meacham. So Laudner's on, not much speed on the bases. That'll be base hit number 3 for these Twins. And now here's Greg Gagne. Gagne hitting 271, 7 doubles, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Wagner puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. Runner on first. Here's the pitch to Gagne. 1-3, and that is a drive to deep left field. Back goes Griffey. Looks, and it is gone. 2-run homer, Greg Gagne, his 3rd of the year, and the Twins take a 2-1 lead. So the Twins with a big 2-run blast here in the 3rd by Greg Gagne, and the Twins with the lead. Here's Ron Washington. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Wagner puts down the sign. Rasmussen giving up his 5th home run of the season. Here's the pitch to Ronnie Washington. 4-7 and walks, and there it is. Usually a walk sometimes follows that home run. So Washington out at first with nobody out. And here's the center fielder, Kirby Puckett. Puckett flied out his first time up. Wagner puts down the sign. Puckett had been playing very good ball the last 2 years. He's blossoming into one of baseball's best. Rasmussen from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Puckett. 6-10. Now that's possibly in the dirt for Waniger. That could go through. Nope, that's a ground ball, actually. He ground out in front of the screen. Waniger comes up and throws him out to Mattingly. Washington will move to second as that was a slow swimmer. So now runner at second with one man out. Here's the first baseman, always tough, Kirby Kent Herbeck. Herbeck the batter again, another one of those fine first basemen here in the American League. Behind the likes of Mattingly, Murray. Again, Herbeck always one of the top 5. Wadinger puts down the sign. Left-handed Rasmussen from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Herbeck. Herbeck on a 6-9 fly ball right field. Winfield's there. He's got the gun. Washington will hold. And there is 2 outs here in the 3rd. Here is Tom Brunansky. Brunansky 1 for 1. Kept the hitting streak alive his last time out with a base hit. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bruno. 6-6 is a line drive base hit. Gets past and just gets past Randolph. The ball has eyes. Washington will have to stop at third as he almost got hit by it. And now it's first and third, 2 outs, and the Twins got a late inning rally going. Here's the third baseman, Gary Gaetti. Singled his first time up. Twins about hit the Yanks 5-1, 2 outs here in the 3rd. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. First and third, 2 out. Here's the pitch to Gaetti. 4-7 walks him, and all of a sudden Dennis Rasmussen having his issues now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and here comes the veteran Mickey Hatcher. Hatcher came in the game hitting .278, but when it comes to runners in scoring position, drops 40 points to .238. Definitely struggles with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Bases loaded, 2 outs for the veteran. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the pitch. 1-11 pop the first. Mattingly's there, makes the catch, and the Twins leave him loaded. We played 3. It is 2-1 Twins. So top of the 4th coming up as the Yankees now trying to get the lead back here in the first game of this 2-game series. Here's Minnesota native Dave Winfield. Double this first time. You can tell Winfield's bat is starting to really heat up here in mid-May. Lautner puts down the sign. Portugal, the big windup, and deals to Winfield. 4-5 fly ball into left right field. The opposite way. Brunansky's there, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Here's Mike Easler, grounded out his first time up. Lautner puts down the sign for him. Portugal looks in. Here is the pitch to Easler. 6-10 popped straight up, I believe. Nope, ground ball in front of the mound again. Little squibber. Lautner gets up, gets the zone, strike, and throws a strike to Herbeck. He had to get that lane, and Lautner threw a strike, and there's 2 outs. Here is Griffey. He's 0 for 1 so far. He struck out his first time up. 2 outs here in the 4th. Twins lead 2-1. Lautner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in. Here's the wind-up and pitch to Griffey. Griffey on a 2-9 ground ball to second. Lombardozzi's got it, gets it to Herbeck, and the Yanks go down meekly in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Minnesota 2, Yankees 1. Lombardozzi, Lautner, and Gagne for the Twins here in the 4th against left-hander Dennis Rasmussen. So Wadinger puts down the sign for him. Dennis Rasmussen looks in, and the pitch to Lombardozzi. And that'll be a 5-6. That's a liner for a base hit for Lombardozzi. Base hit number 6 for the Twins in 3+ innings. So Rasmussen again giving up a bunch of hits here. Here is the catcher, Tim Lautner, always known to be a strong hitter against left-handed pitching. He singled and scored in front of Gagne's home run his last time up. Wagner sets in the target. Rasmussen from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lautner. 2-9 double play ball. There is that friendly phone call. Meacham, Randolph, Mattingly. And you dial it 643. Pitcher's best friend. 2 outs in the 4th. Here's Greg Gagne. Big 2-run homer his last time up. That's been the difference in the scoring. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen looks in, and here's the pitch to Gagne. And now we have 5-7 ground ball second right in front of Willie. He's a 2. He threw it in the dirt. And Randolph, it skips past Mattingly. So an easy play for Randolph. He set himself and he threw kind of a lawn dart, and Mattingly unable to scoop it. So that's an E4. Keeps the inning alive, and it brings up Ronnie Washington. He's the designated hitter today. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, including a strikeout. 2 outs in the fourth, first Yankee error. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen now pitching from the stretch. Gets the sign. Here is the pitch to Ron Washington. And that will be a line drive and caught by Randolph. Makes the play to first. And the Twins are done in the fourth. No runs, no hits, an error. 1 left. We played 4. Minnesota 2. Yankees 1. So now here in the top of the fifth, Twins 2-6-0. Yankees only 1-1-1 right now in the fifth. It'll be Pagliarulo, Waniger, and Meacham. So Mark Portugal working his fifth inning of work. Let's take a look at Mark. He's making a spot start today. His first start, he normally can go 6. So we'll see how much, see if he can get inside the 6th inning for the Twins. Laudner puts down the target. Portugal looks in. Here's the pitch to Pagliarulo. 1-4, line drive, base hit for Pagliarulo. No, did not get the base hit. He rolled the 17. How about that? 1 to 16 was a base hit. That ended up being a Steve Lombardozzi web gem. Oh, what a play by Lombardozzi. So 1 out in the fifth. You'll see that on ESPN. Here's the catcher for Butch Waniger. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Laudner sets the target. Portugal looks in. Here's the pitch to Waniger. 4-7. That's a ground ball in the whole second. That's Lombardozzi. Playable. Throws him out. And there's 2 outs. So Portugal, first 4+ innings, has looked really good. Here's a shortstop, Meacham. He grounded out his first time up. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in. And the big windup to Bobby Meacham. 3-4 back to Portugal. Makes the play, throws him out. And that's it for the Yanks in the fifth. It's 2-1 Twins. So Puckett, Herbeck, and Brunansky, the meat of this Minnesota Twin order, against the left-hander Dennis Rasmussen. Bottom of the fifth, Yankees lead 2-1. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen, the big left-hander. Here's the pitch to Herbeck. Herbeck on a 6-8 and struck Puckett out. So Puckett went fishing. Rasmussen a slider away, and we got 1 out in the fifth. And here's the first baseman, Ken Herbeck. He's lined out and flying out. Waniger puts down the side. Dennis Rasmussen looks in, and here's the pitch to Herbeck. And that will be a 3-5 ball right field. Winfield really doesn't have to move. That's 2 outs in the fifth. And now here's Tom Brunansky. If he didn't get it to hit the first time, he got it the second time. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Average rose to 319, about still has 60 points above what he hit during the 86 campaign. So he's having a fantastic start. Again, another hitter who really demolishes left-handed type pitching. And as he gets a big hit here, Gaetti on deck. Waniger puts down the sign. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Bruno. 2-9, ground ball to third. Pagliarulo's got it, throws the first, and the Twins go 1-2-3. Let's head to the sixth. It's 2-1 Twins. The Twins here through 5 is so far 2-1. Let's go over the stats so far. The Twins 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Yankees 1-1-1. Rasmussen 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and gave up a home run, the big hit of the ball game, to Greg Gagne. Mark Portugal 5 innings of work, 1 hit, 1 run scored, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Doubles the game by Winfield. That was an RBI double. Home runs by Gagne. That has been the difference. And we now go to the top of the 6th inning here from the Metrodome, with the Twins leading by a score of 2-1. Thank you so much, folks, for coming in the ball game. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you do come and watch my game today. And now here's Ricky Henderson. He's 0 for 1 so far with a run scored, a walk, and a stolen base. So he took advantage of the first time he came on base. Laudner puts the target here. Here is Portugal and the pitch to Ricky. 5-7, ground ball to second. That's Lombardozzi. He makes it hard to play than it needs to be. Boy, that ball got to him in a hurry on the turf, ate him up, got him, and was still able to throw a strike to Herbeck for the first out. Here's Randolph, 0 for 1, including a walk. Randolph always known to walk. He's had 27 walks so far on the season. Laudner puts down the target. Portugal looks in. Here's a pitch to Randolph. And that's a 6-5 fly ball to center. Pocket there. Makes the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the 6th. Here's the first baseman, Don Mattingly, 0 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded out back in first, flied out back in the third. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in, and here's the pitch to Mattingly. 6-7 in, walked him. So Donnie is on. Runner on first, and 2 outs for Dave Winfield. Winfield 1 for 2, double run the first, flied out in the 4th. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal from the stretch now. Has not been on the stretch in a while. Here's a pitch to Winfield. 3-4 struck him out, and Mark Portugal's given the Twins 6 strong innings of 1-hit ball. It's hit to the bottom of 6. It's 2-1 Twins. Gaetti, Hatcher, Lombardozzi for the Twins. Right. A lot of righties in this lineup so far. Herbeck is the only lefty in this lineup against the long, lanky left-hander. Waniger puts down the sign for him. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Gagne. 6-3 line drive. Oh, meets him with a diving play. May have a little bit of raspberry there. Came up with a nice play. Shows the umpire the ball, and that is out number 1. Here is Mickey Hatcher. That was a single, 1 to 13, and rolled to 15. So here's Hatcher 0 for 2, grounded out in a double play, and then popped up with the bases loaded. So far, Rasmussen has looked strong in there, but he's given up that one long hit. So Gagne, that's been the difference. Wagner puts down the target. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Hatcher. 3-9, ground ball to short. Meets him with easier play. Throws out the Mattingly for out number 2. And now here's Steve Lombardozzi, 1 for 2, flying out in the second, single back in the 4th. Waniger puts down the target. Rasmussen with the big long left-hander look and throws. And that's going to be a 1-10 line drive right at Randolph to end the inning. Well, we played 6 here in Minnesota. It is 2-1 Twins. On our scoreboard, it looks like the Toronto Blue Jays lead the A's 5-4. The Tigers lead the Royals 3-1. Red Sox over the Angels 6-1. Rangers over the Indians, who are still in first place, 2-1. The White Sox lead the Orioles 2-4-2. That's who the Yankees will see next after this series. And the Brewers lead the Mariners by a score of 11-7. So now here in the 7th, there'll be Easler, Griffey, Pagliarulo, left, against Mark Portugal, who's a right-hander who pitches better against lefties. So Laudner puts down the sign for him. Portugal working into his 7th inning of work, and here's the pitch to Easler. 5-6 struck him out. Easler down on strike. How about Mark Portugal? 1 out in the 7th for Ken Griffey. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Laudner puts down the sign for him. Portugal looks in, and the pitch to Griffey. 4 on a line double in the gap. Brunansky dives, makes the catch for the 2nd out. Double 1 through 11, got the 17. Yankees not getting any benefit of the split so far. 2 outs in the 7th, and here's Pagliarulo 0 for 2 so far. Struck out and grounded out. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal looks in, and the pitch. And now we have 4-6 and walks him. So Pagliarulo is on base. 2 outs in the 7th. For the catcher, Butch Waniger. Now let's see if the Yanks might go to their bench, and they probably will with Ron Hasse. So Hasse will come in, much better hitter against right-handed pitching. So Hasse will come in for Waniger here. Hasse hitting .379, 6 doubles, 5 homers, 15 RBIs. A golden opportunity for Hasse to get a big blow right now. Laudner sets the target. Portugal from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 out, the pitch to Hasse. 6-6, and got Hasse on the inside corner, and that does it. What a performance by Portugal. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 2-1 Minnesota. So Dennis Rasmussen will probably stay out there. Holy cow, what a ball game here. And let's see why I cannot. And now let's see if we can click on the catcher here and see if we can. There it is. He can stay in as the catcher. So Mark Portugal will stay in the game. He's gone 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Big blow was a 2-run homer to Gagne back in the 3rd. So again, Minnesota 2-6-0. The Yankees 1-1-1. Classic pitchers matchup here from the Metrodome. This is Sports Machine here from New York Yankee 1986 Strata Baseball. And now here is Tim Laudner. He'll be followed by Greg Gagne and Ron Washington. Right against Rasmussen. Hasse puts down the target. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Laudner. 6-7 ground ball to short. Meacham's going to get it and throws a strike, and there's one out here in the 7th. So now here's Greg Gagne, the shortstop. He had the big blow of the ball game, a 2-run homer back in the 3rd inning. So Hasse puts down the sign for him. Rasmussen looks in, and the big kick and pitch. That'll be a 3-6, and struck him out. So a big inning for Dennis Rasmussen. He gets his 3rd strikeout of the game, and here is Ronnie Washington. 0 for 2, walk back in the 3rd inning. Hasse sets the target. Rasmussen looks in, and here's the pitch to Ron Washington. 3-9 and struck him out. Dennis Rasmussen has a fine 7 innings of work. It's 2-1 Twins. We head to the 8th. So now here is Meacham, Henderson, and Randolph. Now what do the Twins do? Let's look at the Twin bullpen. I've been kind of having the manager side of the visiting team lately so that the AI of the game doesn't pull Portugal after 6 innings and then gives me a chance maybe against a weaker bullpen or maybe puts in a worse pitcher. So I'm kind of controlling things a little bit here for the Twins. Their closer is Ron Davis, of course, former New York Yankees, 1-2, having a kind of awful year ERA-wise, 7.362 saves, 13 hits, 7 innings. Sounds like he's not got much chances. Also, they can bring in former Red Frank Pastore. He's been out of the bullpen too. He's had a couple saves, but he's been roughed up a bit. Roy Smith, a right-hander, and he has not been much better. And the left-hander is Juan Augusto. Again, not much there. So the Twins really don't have a strong reliever to boot, to say the least. One of the better relievers. John Butcher's been in the starting rotation too. So this Twin team may have to rely on Portugal to get him to the 9th. And hopefully Ron Davis does not implode. So Meacham, Henderson, and Randolph the bat for the Yanks here in the 8th. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal with the windup. Here's the pitch to Meacham. 6-8 and draws the walk. So Meacham comes up as a tying runner now. And now here is the center fielder, Ricky Henderson. They're playing corners in. And to be honest, that's not the smart thing. Ricky is not ever known to bunt. I've never seen him. So they're gonna probably put the infield back. And that way they're ready for anything down the lines. So runner on first, nobody out. Meacham not really gonna steal. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Ricky. Ricky, 5-ball center field, maybe had his chance. Puckett there, makes the catch, and there's one away. Ricky may have swung on a bad pitch there. One out in the 8th, and here's Willie Randolph. He's 0 for 2, who walk back in the 3rd. Yankees trying to poke a run through here. Laudner sets the target. Portugal from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Washington. Side to Randolph. 5-ball left field. That's going to be Hatcher. Oh, he's going to make a nice catch. Second time today, a 4 fielding Mickey Hatcher came in and made a nice shoestring catch. So Yankees just not getting help from the 20-sider here. 2 outs of runner on first here in the 8th. And now here's the guy that can win it, Don Mattingly here. 2 outs in the 8th. Mattingly has grounded out, flied out, and walked. Do the Twins try something smart or they leave Portugal here? Laudner puts down the target. Portugal from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Mattingly. 3-7, 5-ball center field. Puckett there in 8 strong innings for Mark Portugal. Holy cow. He might be asked to go out there to complete this in the 9th. Dennis Rasmussen will stay out there and work the 8th. He's only get up 6 hits through 7. It'll be Puckett, Herbeck, and Brunaski, the monster part of this Twin order. Twins lead 2-1, 2-6-0 for the Twins. One's across the board for the Yanks. Hasse sets in the target. Rasmussen, the left-hander, and here's the pitch to Puckett. And that'll be a 6-2 ground ball to first. Mattingly makes a nice play. He gets it to the bag himself. He had time, and there's one away. 1 out in the 8th. Here's Kurt Hint. Here's Kent Herbeck. He's 0 for 3. Line out and flying out twice. Yankees sort of looking for needing a little bit of ninth inning magic here. Down by a run, 1 out in the 8th. Hasse sets the target. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Herbeck. 4-3, 5-ball left field. That is Griffey. That's going to make a nice catch. Ken Griffey's a 3 out there. Still has some flaws, but he came over and made a nice catch. 2 outs, and here is the red-hot Tom Brunansky. Hits in second and third, grounded out back in the 5th. Rasmussen looking to finish at least an 8-inning complete game and give the Yankees a chance in the 9th to maybe tie or go ahead. Hasse puts down the sign. Rasmussen looks in. Here's the pitch to Brunansky. 2-10, ground ball to third. Pagliarulo's got a throws to the first. And we head to the 9th with the score. Minnesota 2, Yankees 1. So he's trying to see if they can pull this one out in the 9th here, down 2-1. They've been on a roll, winning their last 5 in a row. They've come in here for this 2-game series against the Twins. See if they can get a win. So Minnesota 2-6-0. Yankees 1 across. It will be Winfield, Easler, and Griffey, right, left, and all those lefties. Now Mark Portugal, who loves to pitch to other left-handers, this could be a spot for him to stay in there. We'll see what the Yanks do. Winfield's 1 for 3, doubled back in the first, knocked in the only Yankee run. Laudner sets in the target. Portugal at the windup. Here's the pitch to Winfield. 1-9 and draws the walk. So Winfield's on at first. And now the Yankees have a potential tying run. So now it brings up Mike Easler. Again, we look at this bullpen for the Twins. Again, it's usually only going to be Ron Davis out there. He's a 9R. So he's most effective for right-handers. And the Yankees will now send up 4 consecutive lefties. Do they get anything out of Juan Augusto, who's the absolute beast on the other end? He does not get a save, so he'll tire out immediately on the very first out. So he gives 49 hits in 25 innings. Holy cow. But he's 9L, so it looks like, again, he's all or nothing. Yankees probably wouldn't pinch hit, to be honest, but they could. So Portugal will probably stay out there depending what Easler does. There is no outs. Tying run at first. Big Winfield. Doesn't have great speed on stolen bases wise, but he is a 17 running, so he'll be able to maybe score for something put in the gap. Laudner puts down a sign. Portugal working from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Easler. 1-7-8, struck him out. Portugal with that off speed away. 1 out in the 9th. So now here's Griffey. Griffey has grounded out, struck out, grounded out, and flying out. Portugal working on a 1-hitter through 8 1/3 innings. Laudner puts down the sign. Portugal from the stretch stays in there to pitch to Griffey. Here's the pitch. 6-8 and walked him. Walked 2 guys in the inning. And now it's up to Mike Pagliarulo, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Tom Kelly is looking on. Does he come out and get his right-hander right here? He pitches to Pagliarulo. First and second for these Yankees, trying to get a run, trying to tie this game. Pagliarulo followed by Hasse. So now Tom Kelly steps out, and let's see if he comes out here. They want him. Portugal's not sitting out there. We'll see what they go with. They're looking. Frank Pastore, again, another guy, 4.01 ERA, 50 innings. Again, all or nothing versus left-handers. So here comes Kelly. He'll call for one of his right-handers, and it will be Frank Pastore. So let's see, unless they want to go with Ron Davis here. Well, Ron Davis in 86 only had 2 saves. The Twins really didn't have any really super closer. I thought it was Ron Davis, but they don't. So, ooh, my goodness, the Twins are really without a solid closer. And Tom Kelly is going to look out and see who he wants. And you know why he doesn't change his mind? He'll put the left hand out and he'll call for Augusto. So Augusta will come in. Portugal's done. This is a pitching change. Oh, goodness, not much better. Augusta gives a ton of walks versus lefties. And wondering if I made the right choice. Let's see here. Do I want to change my mind? I mean, undo my last choice here. Did I get? Yes, they do. Okay, I'm going to undo it because I don't like what Augusto's card gives me. So let's go from there. Mark Portugal is going to have to see if he can finish this here. So Portugal, the runner on. Oh, Griffey's walk does not count now. Holy cow. You know what? I'm going to, okay, this is what you do, folks, if you're playing. I'm not, again, for those who play Stratomatic, they know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the game into manual entry and see if I can get it what I want across. Yes, I can. I can bring up and pull a walk for Griffey, what he just did manually, and that way we have what we just had. So we have first and second one out, putting the game back on dice mode so we can roll the dice. That way you can fix a mistake in case something was to happen. So first and second one out. Portugal now will pitch to Pagliarulo, who's been a mess most of the season. 82 at-bats, only has 3 extra base hits, a double, a triple, and a homer. Had a grand slam home run in the finale in the Sunday doubleheader. Lautner puts down the sign, Portugal from the stretch. First and second, one out, pitch to Pags, 4-6, and he walks in. The bases are loaded. Portugal is effectively tired. So now you may have to go get him. He walks the bases loaded. And now it brings up Ron Hassey, who's a much different hitter against lefties. But they don't have a lefty to bring in. Does Portugal stay out there? They've got nothing to speak of it. I mean, absolutely nothing. And the only lefty they have is Augusto, and it's all walks on his card. Nothing else, but you just can't have him bitch. And then you got Meacham and then Henderson to follow. So Hassey comes up. Oh, this has just been an absolute terror show for Portugal, trying to get out of this 9th inning of work. And now with the bases loaded, one out, Hassey will swing away. Portugal, again, stronger on his own card versus left-handers, will try to get this last out. The Twins will bring the infield in. I don't know if I agree with that. You don't want an A+ here to knock in both the runs. So they're going to play the infield back to this Ron Hassey. So they're not going to try to infield in. It's 2-1. Twins have the lead. Anything up the middle on an A will get this game over with, and the Yankees' hearts will be broken. Otherwise, a base hit could score Griffey to win it. So he's a 13 base runner in back of Winfield. Lautner sets in the target. Portugal working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hassey. 6-10 innings. Oh, it's one in the dirt. Does he get the ball in time? It could be a pass ball on Lautner. It's the pass ball. Game is tied on the pass ball. So the runner on third scores. So he crossed him up. Griffey will go to third. Pagliarulo the second, and we're now tied at 2. Holy cow, he crossed him up, and Lautner let it go to the backstop. So the Yankees tie this up now at 2-2. Hassey will come up, and here comes Tom Kelly, and that has to be all. He has to bring somebody in to get an out, and it's going to be Augusto. It's going to be a batter-for-batter situation. So here comes Juan Augusto. And again, it is just to get one batter out. It's the only thing Augusto has on his side of the card are walks. Hassey doesn't hit lefty nearly as well. One out. The infield will be brought in now. They have to knock something down. Griffey can then be hopefully caught at the plate. Lautner puts down the sign. Augusto from the stretch. Second and third, one out. Pitch to Hassey. 5-5 and the walk. And Augusto, of course, could not find the plate. So now Bobby Meacham comes up, and then what do? He hits better against righties anyway. Henderson the follow. So now bases loaded, one out. They will play the infield in. They'll come home first double play if they can get it. Meacham possesses the game. They've only had one hit in the ball game. They've had 5 walks in this game. No, they forgot. They had the pass ball that scored the tying run, and then Hassey walks. They've had 4 walks in the inning, no hits. They tied this game up now at 2. Lautner sets in. Augusto from the stretch will stay in this one, trying to make the big pitch of the ball game to Meacham. 1-6 and a walk. That is 5 walks in the ball game. Yankees take a 3-2 lead without the aid of a hit. And now here's Henderson, and here comes Tom Kelly. So you're going to get Ron Davis to come out here. Davis, 39 innings, will come in. He'll have to come in and try to shut the door on his former mates. So now 3-2 Yankees. 1 out now. Need to get Henderson out right now. Again, infield in. They want to stop Pagliarulo's run at third. Lauder sets in. Davis from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Henderson. 5-6, and there's a drive to center field. It's over Puckett's head. Pagliarulo scores. Hasse scores. Here comes Meacham, but he'll hold that third. And the Yankees take a 5-2 lead, only their first hit of the inning after 5 walks. So the Yankees with a 4th spot in the ninth now lead at 5-2, and here's Willie Randolph. So now the Yankees come all the way back from a 2-1 deficit. It seemed that way with 1 hit going into the 9th inning. But after 5 walks and a base hit, the Yankees got a 4th spot. Laudner sets in the target. Davis from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Randolph. 6-5 and struck him out. 2 outs. Here's Mattingly. Remember, I think Mattingly had a huge home run one day back in history against Ron Davis, I remember. 2nd, 3rd, 2 outs. Yankees by 3. It's a save situation. Rigetti is up for the Yanks. He hasn't pitched in a while. He may come in anyway. Laudner sets in. Davis from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Mattingly. 3-3, pop up to second. Lombardozzi there, and Mattingly is hitless. He's 0 for 4. But the Yanks score 4 runs, 1 hit, 5 walks. At the bottom of the 9th, Yankees lead 5-2. So now Dave Rigetti will come in for the Yanks. It is a save situation. So Rags comes in. He is no record, 5 saves, 3.24 ERA. He in the middle of May, he only has 8 innings of work, 11 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Rigetti will come in and pitch to Gaetti, Hatcher, and Lombardozzi here. We'll leave him in there. Yeah, Hatcher, lefty. Yeah, you'll have no problems batting here. Gaetti, stronger hitter against lefties. Hatcher, stronger hitter versus lefties. And then Lombardozzi, we'll see what happens. So Hasse puts down the sign. Dave Rigetti, here's the pitch to Gaetti. 5-3, struck him out. Slider away, 1 away. Here is Mickey Hatcher. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out the double play, popped up and grounded out. Hasse puts down the sign. Rigetti from the windup and the pitch. 6-3, ground ball back to Rigetti. This could be a tough one. He's got it. Throws a strike, and there's 2 outs in the 9th. Let's see if the Twins want to do a pinch hitter here. Lombardozzi's stronger usually against right-handed batters. They have somebody else on this bench. And they can go to the Oakland A's owner, Billy Beane, if they want to. Can hit a little bit against lefties. Everyone else is more of a hitter versus righties. So Lombardozzi may stick it out here. 2 outs, last chance for the Twins. Yankees with a 4 spot in the 9th, come all the way back. Only have 2 hits in the game after 5 walks. Hasse puts down the sign. Rigetti from the windup pitch to Lombardozzi. 5-9, fly ball left field. Rippey there makes the catch, and the Yankees will win it unbelievably and win this 5-2 with a 4-run 9th inning. So the Yankees went down 2-1 all the way to the 9th with 1 hit in the game, and after 5 walks, a big base hit gave the Yankees a little bit of a cushion. And it's 5-2 Yankees. Yankees only 2 hits in the ball game. Henderson 1 for 4, runs scored and 2 RBIs. Winfield 1 for 3 and runs scored and RBIs. Now the only hit. The run scored was by Henderson, Winfield, Griffey, and Pagliarulo. For the Minnesota Twins, Brunansky 2 for 4, Gaetti 1 for 3, Lombardozzi 1 for 4. Laudner and Gagne went 1 for 3. Minnesota Twins got their RBIs by Gagne, who had 2 RBIs. 17,000 came to the ballpark. Yankees improved to 17-14. The Twins will drop to 14-17. Doubles by Henderson and Winfield, triples, and a home run by Gagne, the lone home run. Well, folks, that's your ball game. The Yankees win it by a score of 5-2, 5-2-1 for the Yanks, 2-6-0 for the Twins. The Yankees win it. The Yankees win it. Again, the next broadcast will be against the Chicago White Sox as we return back to Yankee Stadium. That will be on, I believe, on a Thursday. Tomorrow's game will be a non-televised matchup. It'll be Tommy John versus Burt, July 11. Then the Yankees return home for that 2-game series against the White Sox. Joel Davis and Bob Shirley on Wednesday. And then it's Neil Allen and Ron Guidry on Thursday. And then the game will be broadcasted live against the Mariners Friday night as Mark Langston takes on Joe Negro. Well, folks, it's been great. And the Yankees want to get a big one. I mean, they really get a big win, taking they get a huge win. Yankees 17-14, now a game and a half back. The Twins are 12-16 and 4 back. Thank you, folks, for coming. Appreciate your time. Whoever was here watching my podcast, thank you. This has been the Sports Machine. The Yankees win. The Yankees win.